Self-Help TV features 10 ways to improve your memory fast. Why would anyone want a better memory, anyway? What good is it if our memories are entrusted to smartphones and computers? Here are some reasons why having a good memory isn't only great to have. The first reason is that learning has improved. Memorization has a negative connotation in Western culture, as rote learning has fallen out of favor in favor of so-called meaningful learning. We're designed to understand, not just recall. You can only completely comprehend what you know and remember, though. To make sense of them, we must connect the dots between familiar concepts. You can only understand what I'm saying if you already know, or remember, what owls and flying mean. Consider how helpful your smartphone would be if you needed to research these things just to comprehend this simple sentence. Of course, this is a made-up scenario, but it illustrates the concept. The more information you have stored in your memory, the more connections you will be able to make and the faster you will be able to learn new things. Number 2. Benefits on a social level. Consider this scenario: you're at a party and you meet a new group of people. Everyone introduces themselves by stating their first and surname names as well as their place of origin. You happen to run across an Australian woman you met earlier that evening. "Hi, Sally, what brings you here from your country?" She'll be pleasantly delighted that you remembered her name, especially because she's likely forgotten yours. According to research, knowing someone's name is regarded as a compliment and can even aid in sales. Aside from science, listening to others and memorizing personal details so that you can bring them up in future discussions demonstrates that you have a good memory and that you care. You'll also provide the best birthday presents if you remember minor statements made by your friends that they don't even remember. Reason number 4, make sure you know what you're doing. You will appear more trustworthy if you can recollect more information. Compare and contrast the following statements. Who do you think has the most knowledge out of the two? Rainbows are vivid, says an ordinary person. It must have something to do with how the sun bounces off the rain. A highbrow user explains, rainbows are a spectrum of colors created by the reflection, refraction, and dispersion of sunlight in water droplets. The flow of the conversation is disturbed if you have to whip out your smartphone for information. If you have a good memory, you can even remember words and add, "The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you've got to put up with the rain," as Dolly Parton said. Number 4. Make a joke for reason. Everyone wants to be funny, but it's not always simple to pull off. Remembering jokes is a terrific way to make others laugh, even if you're not inherently amusing. It could be a win-win situation if you learn a few jokes. It has also been proven that humor improves memory. Is it true that you have the ability to improve your memory? If you've ever forgotten where you put your keys or blanked out on a crucial test, you've definitely wished that your memory was a bit better. Fortunately, there are some things you can do to help improve your memory. Using a reminder system, for example, is clearly advantageous. Using an online calendar that sends reminders to your phone, you can keep track of all your appointments and meetings. Making daily to-do lists will assist you in remembering important tasks. But what about all the important information you'll need to remember in the long run? There are a few techniques you can utilize to improve your memory. But before we proceed, I would remind you to leave your comment. Click the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started with 10 ways to improve your memory fast. It will take some time and effort, and it may necessitate changing or substantially altering your usual study routine. Before your next big exam, try some of these tried and true memory improvement techniques. These 10 scientifically validated strategies will help you increase your memory, recall, and knowledge retention. Number 1. Pay attention to what you're doing. Attention is one of the most critical parts of memory. In order for information to move from your short-term memory to your long-term memory, you must actively attend to it. Make an attempt to study in a distraction-free atmosphere free of television, music, and other types of enjoyment. It can be difficult to get rid of distractions, especially if you live with rowdy roommates or children. To concentrate on your work, request some space from your housemates or have your partner take the kids for an hour. Number 2. Avoid cramming as much as possible. By studying topics over numerous sessions, you can receive the time you need to assimilate information. According to research, students who study in small chunks retain information better than those who spend all of their learning in one long session. Number 3. Make a plan and stick to it. According to researchers, information is stored in memory in connected clusters. You can take advantage of this by organizing the materials you're studying. Try grouping similar topics and terms together, or make a list of your notes and textbook readings to help you organize them. Number 4. Make mnemonic devices work for you. Mnemonic devices are a sort of memory aid commonly used by students. A mnemonic is a technique for memorizing facts. You might, for example, associate a difficult to remember term with a common object with which you are already familiar. The most powerful mnemonics are positive imagery, humor, and novelty. Number 5, extend and practice. To remember what you're studying, you'll need to encode it into long-term memory. One of the most effective encoding approaches is elaborate rehearsal. This technique involves reading the definition of a key term, analyzing it, and then reading a more detailed description of what that term implies. After a few repetitions of this strategy, you'll undoubtedly notice that recalling the information is much easier. Number 6, make concepts visible. Many people find that visualizing the information they're learning is quite helpful. Pay special attention to the graphics, charts, and other visuals in your textbooks. Consider developing your own visual aids if you don't have any. Draw charts or figures in the margins of your notes, or use highlighters or pens in different colors to group related themes in your textual study materials. Number 7. Make connections between new information and previous knowledge. When studying unexpected stuff, take the time to examine how new information relates to what you already know. By creating connections between new concepts and existing memories, you can greatly improve your chances of recalling newly learned information. Number 8. Get into the habit of reading aloud. According to a 2017 study, reading documents aloud improves your recall of the information. Educators and psychologists have also shown that having students educate others about new topics enhances comprehension and retention. Number 9. Pay particular attention to difficult information. Have you ever noticed that recalling information around the start or end of a chapter is sometimes easier? The serial location effect, which was found by researchers, has been shown to play a role in memory. While remembering middle content can be difficult, you can overcome this challenge by rehearsing it more. Reorganizing what you've learned to make it easier to recall is another possibility. Set aside some extra time to learn a particularly difficult idea if you come across one. Number 10. Vary your studying schedule. Changing your study plan on a regular basis is another excellent way to boost your memory. Try moving things up during your next study session if you're used to studying in one area. Spend a few minutes each morning going over what you studied the night before if you study in the evenings. How about? Can you memorize information fast? What techniques do you use? Write your comment below. Click the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.